Fear of failure. It's something that I personally struggle with. I think it's something that everyone I've ever met struggles with. When I was 12, I was in a speech competition, and I lost. And I was really thinking that I was going to win. I remember sitting in the back of my parents' car and feeling devastated, crying my little eyes out. And my grandfather came up to the window. Now, my grandfather has a nice British accent. Hey, love. And he actually came over with no money from England, having to support his siblings and his mother. His father just passed away, and he actually built himself up to a point of having a hugely successful advertising company. And so he's someone who definitely experienced success in his life. And I didn't know that he'd actually experienced a lot of failure. And he came up to me in the window, and he said to me, Hannah, you know something? People are successful are those who know how to live with failure. Everyone fails. It's those people who know how to use that failure to get them to the next step. Those people who are able to live with that failure and it doesn't eat them alive are those people who actually get to that place of success. So failure is actually just one of the steps on that road to success, whatever that looks like, whatever your dream, your mission is. And I guess if your mission is to live in the moment, then really there's no failure because you're always there. Right? You're always there. Even if I failed to live in the moment, really, I'm still here. Anyways, this idea of fear of failure. So something I like to ask myself whenever a given opportunity comes up is, if I put myself out there and apply for this teaching position, for example, and I don't get it, then I won't be doing that. And right now, am I currently doing that? No. So what will have changed? I wasn't teaching at a certain school this year, and I realized something. The new school year starting, and I actually really want to get involved. I love teaching these girls. They're in their early 20s. They're just awesome. I love connecting with them. And I thought, but what if I reach out to the principal and she rejects me? So then I won't be teaching there. And currently I'm not teaching there. So actually nothing will have changed. So I sent her a quick email saying, hey, I'd love to teach this year. Let me know if there's an opportunity. 5 minutes back later, thank you so much for reaching out. Absolutely, here's a time slot. Yeah? And so for me, what that just reminded me of is don't be so afraid of failure. Because if she had said no, nothing in my life would have actually changed. But if I'm willing to be vulnerable, then there's that possibility. There's that potential for growth. So also another thing to really look at is, what does that mean if I fail? What does that mean about myself? So we have our soul. Our soul, our neshama in Hebrew, is our core identity. The part of us that is unstoppable, unbreakable. Part of us that no one and nothing can touch. The part of us that doesn't need validation, doesn't need appreciation, doesn't need love, doesn't need acceptance. The part of us that is whole within itself, that is filled up with intrinsic goodness and awesomeness and light of Hashem, of our source, of our maker, of this masterpiece. And this part of us is untouchable. So what happens now is I want to express my soul. How do I do that? Through my 3 garments, right? In Chassidus, in Kabbalah, we call this the 3 garments. Thought, speech, and actions. My thoughts, my speech, and my actions are the way that my soul expresses itself. But they're compared to garments. Why? Because clothing comes on and off, right? It's not who I am. It's an external expression of who I am, right? We're so into our clothing because it expresses us, but it's not me, right? Someone can think that's them. It's an expression, but it's not the thing itself. And so something that's very powerful is realizing that whatever we're doing, that's not actually us. That's just an expression of us. So if someone were to, you can come in. So if someone were to fail at something, right, that's not their soul failing. It's not a lacking within their very being and essence and core. It's just that maybe their thoughts didn't plan out so well, or their speech or their action. And you know what? I can have it put on another garment. Maybe I messed up. Maybe I said something not kind. Create a new garment. Redesign the thought. Redesign that speech. Redesign that action. Move forward and create new garments that you can wear. But if I identify with it, I think that that's my core. I think my thoughts are me. I think my speech are me, or my actions are me. Then it makes sense to be afraid of failure because that's me. But when we realize that truly those are just garments and not who we actually are, then what's so wrong? If we create garments that aren't as beautiful as we want them to be, in the next moment we can think new thoughts, say new things, say kinder things, and do greater things.